Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. The network has been epileptic since, but we are grateful. Welcome back. We can't miss this. I'm ready, fully ready for this. Thank you for joining. Thank you. If you missed, because I can't go back to that introduction, or it's on my Facebook page. That one did not, the network did not affect that one. This one went off, so I couldn't save it. So if you want to get the intro, but I'll try a little bit to go back. Now, what I'm saying is simple. Anytime you hear, thank you for joining back, thank you, please join. Tell your friends I'm back. Not on my watch. I said, if you are dealing with anything, I was talking about Dr. Lale, the man, the gynecologist that became a celebrity, became a voice, became a gift to his generation by having an NGO discussing issue of cervical cancer, doing all sorts to help people that has a struggle. And I said, when it comes to sexual struggle, it is not the fault of the person, it is where the person is coming from. Now, that is not an excuse for compromise, that is not an excuse for sin or for acting out. It is beyond the person that is acting out. Addiction is not in the act, it's in the brain. It's the way we medicate our pain. Now, choosing a vocation that would now put you in a limelight, that will now mess you up at the end of the day, that is why, if you know you are battling with anything, please make sure you deal with it. And I'm saying something here that, especially for parents, the reason why I'm passionate about today's episode is to let you know, as parents, that not on my watch. It will not happen on my watch. And the dynamics of what will make it not to happen on your watch, I'm going to be discussing it with us. I'm going to be teaching us on how to understand the dynamics of these things, to be sensitive to the manipulation, the act, and everything that has to do with addiction, so that when you are picking your perception and picking your intuitions, they are popping up on you, they're just coming, you will not shut it down. Why? Because this person is a professional, this person is a doctor, this person is a banker, this person is a lawyer, this person is a policeman. I even gave an example of a policeman that had to be having sexual relations with another woman in his office, and the man died inside his office. I'm saying that your profession does not make you not to be gullible or vulnerable when it comes to your sexuality. Now, because I'm talking about being sex-wise as parents, I'm addressing some foundational issues here, saying to yourself, not on my watch, not on my watch. It can be on your watch, not on my watch. I'm not going to let it happen to me. I will deal with it. Listen to me. What destroys a giant climbs up with him. I've said it before. Anything that messes a man up is not a sudden thing. A little compromise, a little like a lackadaisical attitude, a little it doesn't matter, it does not matter, it does not matter. Those are the things that comes up that makes you vulnerable, that makes you get used to a lifestyle of compromise. A stone may not fall a giant. A pebble may not fall a giant. A banana peel can finish a giant. People that are, if you are building your career, you are building your profession, please address those things. Deal with what is dealing with you, because at the end of the day, you are going to be in serious trouble. If getting to that place is when everything comes to public, it shouldn't come to public. You should have dealt with it before it begins to deal with it. So I'm going to play this audio to you. This, like I told us, it was trending. It was all over. A lot of panelists, they've been talking about it. And because I'm dealing with being sex-wise as parents, I have to quickly address this issue, because it's something that if we don't address it, is like, you know, if you they used to say that if you tell somebody, please carry it, help me to carry it, don't let them drop it. If you don't join them, there's a way they put it. They will drop it at your backyard. They will drop it in your room. I don't know. I don't want to speak my language today because I know I have. We have
Remy Olaleye with us. Good morning, madam. Are you there?
Now.
Good morning.
Now, listen to me very carefully. This is a panel of people that discuss issues. They were asking the wife of Dr. Olaleye, the gynecologist. They were asking her, she should tell them the story of exactly what happened to her. As she's telling her story, I want you to listen. I will be pausing it and I'll be explaining some things to you in the light of not on my watch, in the light of not on my watch. Being sex-wise as parents, that's what I'm saying. Being sex-wise as parents is what I am addressing today. That is the topic for today. Let me continue.
Good morning.
Thank you so much
everybody
for joining us. Right. So, the story as we know it is that your husband, you started up the story where your husband is being accused of molesting a young girl, according to you, that lives in your house, is your niece. And since that time, we've had issues of the case going to court because according to the reports, the police say they are still waiting for the legal department of the police to come up with their findings and then take the case to court. But let us hear the story from the beginning, from you, and let us know exactly what transpired that led to the point where you had to come out to share the story to the public.
Now, this is the wife of this Dr. Olaleye that is talking. She's going to be telling us her experience. I'm talking about being sex-wise as parents, and this topic is so important, it's so crucial. If you want to be sex-wise as parents, you must understand and listen to this woman. She's sharing her experience to the public, and for her to come to a public place and begin to discuss and tell the world what has transpired, it means that there's something that she has seen, she has felt, she has handled, and she couldn't fathom it, she couldn't comprehend it. And a lot of people have been saying so many things about it. I'm not judging. Like I said, we don't judge an addict. They have problems. Addiction is a mental illness. We are not judging him, but we are using it to learn wisdom, to understand that when things like this happen, you don't just, you know, you learn, you take a lot of wisdom in it. And that is what I want to be doing here.
Thank you, Morayos, and good morning again to the ladies of the field.
Morning.
Thank you for reaching out. It's this has been the most difficult decisions and situation I've ever had to find myself in.
You heard her. I'm sure you heard her. She said this is the most difficult situation that she had to find herself in. Very difficult. When you are living with such a man, is a difficult place to be. So she's not enjoying it, she's not having fun, she's not excited about sharing this experience. There is something that is on the inside of her that is killing her. She's dying on the inside. But let's hear what she's saying.
I've been married to Doctor for 12 years, and if the people that know us know that, I mean, in quotes, we do have a good relationship. So,
you know what she said? When you are living with an addict, there's a facade, there's a cosmetic, there is a makeup that makes things look outside as if it's fine. If you are living like that and you know you are deceiving yourself, don't die in silence. She said, I'm sure when he does his launching, he does his NGO, he does his program, the woman will be there. That's the time they will be holding hands and be hugging and be laughing. Lies, makeup, cosmetic. That is what she's saying. She said in quotes, please, because I've taken time to study and to listen to this, I'm picking every wisdom that you need as a person, as an individual, as a husband, as a wife, in your relationship, to know that pretending and making up stories it is an accident that is about to happen if it is not intentionally addressed. Now, this has nothing to do with your husband or your wife. This has to do with nature. Nature. What goes round comes round. You can't help it. It will boomerang. It will come back to life. Let's continue.
I hear allegations of setup. It beats me. How would I set up the father of my children that I gave 12 years of my life? This child in question is my niece.
Now, can I balance this talking to, I know I'm on the social media, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook now, it's going to be on YouTube. Hear me. It takes wisdom. It takes a lot of wisdom for you to read something and quickly judge. It is foolishness on any, as a matter of fact, if you pick anything on the surface and you judge it, I know you are shallow. An intelligent person will sit down to weigh words, to analyze matters. That is how to live. Saying that she set her husband up, that is a statement from the pit of hell, because she has spent 12 years with that man. She had children for that man. Now, I used to tell people when they say, oh, he set me up, he allowed it, so story. I said, excuse me, did you just bought a new car? You bought Bentley or Hummer Jeep or just built a mansion? That is the time the wife that you marry and have children for you. Don't get me wrong. Please don't relate this to gender. It could happen to a woman. I've seen men had come to me to tell me how promiscuous, how addicted their wives are. So please, I'm not using gender here. I just needed to follow the track of what I'm talking about here. Setting him up for what? To shame. Who owns the shame? 1 + 1 is 1. So why the setup? Please, let's go ahead.
She's the daughter of my cousin, who as at December 2019 was living with my late mother, who is a grandmother to her. So when my mother passed away in 2019, we got to read her will. And my mother in her will had this child as number 1 priority on her will, that this is a decision she has decided that we should follow through with this child's education and ensure that everything she has put on that will concerning that child should be met.
Okay.
So we had the family meeting and we decided that, okay, she was coming to stay with me.
Now, you know how emotional this is to this lady, analyzing. No prejudice, no biases, based on what she has said. There's so much emotion attached to this because the girl has stayed with her mom. Her mom died and wrote a will that the children should take care of this girl, even to the extent of sending her to school and make sure that they nurture her. Written in a will. Just lost her mom, their parents, and they had a family meeting and they chose that this girl should stay with them. Go ahead.
And prior to that, this is a very good child. This child practically, my mother practically died in the hands of this child and I. So this is a child I personally have a soft spot for.
Okay.
So she started living with us immediately at my mother's funeral in 2020. And she started living with us February 2020. Unknown to me, when during the lockdown, which was March 2020, Feli started abusing this child. He initially introduced her to pornography.
Can somebody say not on my watch? One of the things sexual predators do is to start by grooming, introducing your child to the erotic thing. I told you, I've said it severally in some of the episodes of Being Sexual Experience, that every child is sexual. We are wired sexually. So what this predator or pedophile is doing is to expose that child to sex, to the picture of sexuality, from making her to watch pornography. Now, you understand what I'm trying to say? Pushed her. The first sexual exposure of your child determines his or her destiny sexually, matrimony, everything, not even sexually alone. Whatever it is that your child becomes today, or you yourself becomes today, your marital choice, your relationship, whatever you are doing now as I'm talking to you, that is like a vice, or you are not comfortable, or you made wrong choices, it is because of the first sexual exposure. Your sexual exposure is like a network, it's like a web. It affects everything. So that pedophile or the predator would use sexual picture, pornography, to entice that child to begin to act out and to begin to respond to whatever the person brings to the table. If I'm making sense, please let me know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm using this as a case note. I'm not judging. I'm not biased. I'm just telling parents to be sex wise and tell themselves, not on my watch. Every parent you know, please sensitize them to this truth. Listen to me. If we don't address the issue of sexuality as parents, we are not going to have a future. Some of our children now, they won't have children, they won't have grandchildren, because some of them, God forbid, I'm just speaking the truth in love. By the time they are 16, 17, 18, some of them would have aborted multiple times. That the time they are looking for children, they may not have. Because we are living in a terrible age. Sex sells. Not on my watch, thank you. Sex sells. Sex is everywhere. It's so scary. And parents are living in denial. You know what denial does to you? It makes you feel happy. There's nothing. Everything is fine. Nothing is fine, no. You better come to light. Nothing is fine. Don't gross in darkness. Nothing is fine here. There's problem in our generation. We have to be sex-wise as parents. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Be alert around. If you are watching me and you are privileged to be around people, don't assume. When you see something that tells you on the inside of you that this is not right, spill it out. The worst they can do is for you to tell you to shut up. Then shut up, but spill it out. Let's continue.
It's what she said to us. From pornography to oral sex. From
making her to watch pornography, continue progressively to oral sex. Continue. Let's continue.
And the one that kills me most is that this thing went on under our roof, our matrimonial oath, for 18 solid months.
Now listen, if you are living with an addict, don't dull your sensitivity. Some of us have to learn by experience in multiple ways. When you are living with an addict, don't think everything is fine. Even if that addict shows the best vocation. Now, why would a woman who is married to a medical doctor, who is also a gynecologist, would be suspicious? There are professions that you would think, no, it can't happen. No, not this person. No, not this person. You are joking, not on your watch. Please, parents, I don't know what you are hearing from my mouth. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I'm making some heavy dose statements. Not on your watch. Listen, this act of having to be sleeping with a girl for 18 months happens in their home, on their matrimonial home, or in whatever it is. Just understand. I'm getting emotional here, because I know what I'm saying. I know it as I know my name. This is the reality of living with an addict. And listen, let's continue.
Me knowing. I'm not a useless mother. This child sleeps in the same room with my children. I have a daughter and I have a son.
Now listen to me. If you are married to an addict, you are not a useless mother. Can somebody just shut up and keep quiet judging a woman that is married to an addict? Please, let me balance this. Your husband's addiction is not your fault. If you are misword, he will act out if you want to act out. Are you getting what I'm saying? If he wants to act out, he will act out. So don't say, is it, I've seen women, they will start bleaching, they will start losing weight, they will start jumping, they will start doing exercise because they want the man. Forget it. Addiction is not in the glands, it's in the brain. It's a brain problem. It's a mental illness. It has nothing to do with you. You are beautiful. His addiction is not your fault. Please note it. I've seen women that have blamed themselves, put themselves on a serious guilt mode because of their husband's addiction. Some will even say, why are you allowing him? Why do you allow people to come to your house? This baby, who is just how many years old? She will tell us the age of the sister's daughter. She will tell us on her watch. But tell yourself, not on my watch. Please echo it today, not on my watch.
They sleep in the same room. And this is what this man does. He goes to the child room, which my friend and I sleep on the same bed, in the same room. I notice sometimes that he wakes up in the middle of the night. I say, oh, you are not sleeping, so he can't sleep. He wants to go and watch documentary and study. I said, okay. I mean, I cannot be training a grown man. I wouldn't have thought that for a child that calls you daddy, you would do such a thing to her. You wake this child up in the middle of the night, take her to, I have 16 cameras in the home. I'm a mother. I have domestic staff, so I put those cameras there to check on what.
Now, the question is, she says she has 16 cameras in the house. You cannot outsmart an addict. You cannot outsmart a thief. Because they watch you. They know what you can do. They know what you cannot do. They understand the dynamics of your vulnerability, how careless you are, how open you are, how nice you are, how you roll, how spiritual you are. If a woman of her age has 16 cameras in her house, what else do you want? Why? She's trying to be protective of her children. She didn't want anybody to mess their life up. She was actually telling herself in her subconscious, not on my watch. That's what she's doing. For you to have 16 cameras in the house, because you have domestic staff, hear what the husband did. Listen to what the husband did here.
Going on in the home. There are two places in the home where I didn't put camera, which Femi insisted. The study and the anteroom downstairs. He said to me, oh, is this how?
You hear that? She said camera is everywhere. She has 16 cameras in the house, but her husband insisted that she should not put camera in the study. Excuse me, is your study your bedroom where you will say they should not put camera? Listen to me. When you notice some red flags, when you sense some things, don't shut it down, don't dull it, don't quench that passion, that intuition. Don't tell it to shut up. God has given everyone, especially a woman, 38 solid powers. One of them is the power of intuition. One of them is the power of perception. When you perceive or something tells you that I'm not comfortable, something is wrong somewhere, nip it on the board and let's address it. They have no camera in their ante room, meaning the room that the visitors comes into downstairs. Where should we have camera? When a visitor is coming, that is where there should be one. Then in the study, those two places, the wife said he insisted that there should be no camera there. Let's continue. Don't dull your sensitivity. Don't dull your intuition. Don't dull your perception. When it comes to you like that, take it up. If your child makes a statement, an ordinary statement that sounds somehow, don't keep quiet. Be alert. Be an ego. Even if you can't over protect, over careful when it comes to this generation.
Why are you putting cameras all over the place? I said I have children, so I need to know. I said no, I shouldn't put cameras in his study and the anteroom. My dear sister, this is where this man takes this child to. to defile her. Let me save you.
Let me ask a question. Was it that the girl confessed to you, or you found out by the camera, or something happened? How did you know this was happening?
Okay, I didn't. This is the thing. I didn't even find out by the camera, and I said to myself, what kind?
Please listen to this very well, carefully, intentionally. She did not find out by the camera. Listen, I'm teaching us on how to be sex-wise as parents. That is the essence of this discussion. This is the topic we're handling today. The woman did not even find out by the camera. How did she got to know? We're going to listen to it now. Not on my watch. Being sex-wise as parents is the program. Thank you for listening.
I've been sleeping for 18 months. And here is the thing. I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 soon. This man gives me, he's trying to give me some aspirin to avoid sudden heart attack or what have you. It now occurs to me that this man probably must have been giving me something else. Because
now the question is, probably she said she has this heart issue, and she assumed, her husband is a doctor, the man is a doctor, Dr. Lale is a doctor. He said probably the man has been giving her sleeping drugs so that at the time she will be asleep. It's not impossible. Never underestimate what an addict can do. Please.
Everyone that knows me knows I'm a adoptive mother. This is how I found out. Sometime in November last year, I was out of town. We went to a behavioral teacher. And I've been noticing some behavioral changes in this child.
Now listen. Being sex-wise as parents is what I'm talking about. She said she has been noticing some behavioral pattern in this girl. Have you noticed when we were growing up? I don't know how your parents raised you, but the way we were raised in an abusive way. That even when you are trying to be natural and be a teenager, trying to show that you are growing up, they start asking questions like this. Is it because men are beginning to touch you? I don't know if you are familiar with that word. Is it because men are, now you are rude, you are nasty? She said she noticed that her daughter, that girl, is beginning to behave nastily. Those are the signs, not on your watch. When you notice, there's an adage that says that when a dog has been around you and that dog has been playing with you, now when you come around the dog, it begins to bark. Then you should wake up and say, what happened? That's a proverb in my language. So this child is beginning to act funny. It means there's a problem. Sexual problem. There's a psychological problem. Something is going on. The girl has started doing what adults are doing. Please follow this. I'm teaching on how to be sex-wise as parents. I'm telling us as parents we have to be sex-wise. I'm telling us as parents that it shouldn't be on your watch. Certain things should not be, not on my watch. That was my caption for today. Not on my watch. Be sex-wise as parents. Let's continue. She started noticing that the girl was misbehaving. That's a red flag. Please note it.
My dear, you know you can talk to me. Are you having boyfriends? You said, no, mommy, So this particular day I was sick. I had some appendicitis bowel. And I had some assistants in the house. And I've already told this my child that whenever we have male assistants in the house, I don't want you disappearing. So I sent someone to call her, and as she was coming up, she was coming up with a frown. And I said, what, is anybody bothering you downstairs? She said, out of reflex, she just eased.
When a child begins to ease as an adult, some psychological damage has been done somewhere. I'm telling you the truth. You have a child, you do something, and he gets angry and he cried and he reacts and he eases or she eases. You have damaged that child. There's some. Now this may not even be sex. It will be consistent dealing with that child in anger, fighting that child in anger. Now there's no point. There's no problem correcting your child or smacking your child. There's a problem when you don't come back to discuss the reason for the fight. I hope somebody is getting what I'm saying. I don't have problems with you correcting your child. Foolishness is in the heart of a child. The rod of correction will be there. But when you know the impact, the effect of the way the child is being corrected, that it has taken that child to his or her world, you know, sucking it in, withdrawing. You should not let it go and continue. You should bring it to light and say, excuse me, son, what happened? Why did I do this? Was I wrong to do this? Is this thing right? What you have done is right. Let the child say something. Because if you keep doing that, it's a matter of time, sexual activity will be added to that anger, to that reaction. Now, for her, for this particular episode and this particular case, it was sexual perversion or exposure that started messing her mind up, and that's why she's reacting that way.
I said, what happened? Who are you? This is a normally respectful child.
Yeah.
Why are you eating? She said, I don't know. I said, come, why are you eating? I said, come near me. What is the problem? She just eats again. So I smacked her. I was not feeling fine. I had an appendicitis operation I just did. I took every strength in me. I beat her. I said, I've told you, there's something biting you. What is wrong with you? You know, I beat her. She cried. She said, Mommy, I will tell you later. So she didn't tell me that day. So the following day, Femi came back from his trip. And the little ones, my little children, went to meet him. I said, oh, Daddy, you have to talk to X. She was rude to Mommy yesterday, but Mommy beat her. I think she's beginning to be rude these days. What is this man supposed to tell me? Oh, my dear, what happened to you and your daughter while I was not around? No. He went.
Now, the question is, this is not Femi's daughter. She's supposed to be a guardian. Her two children reported the episode to their dad. And the next thing is accusing, alleging the mother.
Straight upstairs to the room. You know, in his mind, he thought probably I did the time because I had known. And I hadn't known anything then. So he went straight upstairs. He did a screenshot a CCTV footage where I was beating this child and forwarded it. The lawyer, being the family friend, forwarded the CCTV footage to me. That what's going on? I said, I don't know. I beat my.
You know, in analyzing this thing is very interesting. You know, you are living any addict is living on a borrowed time. You know you are not doing something right. You have seared your conscience to an extent that your daughter was beaten by her mother, you know, literally. And the next thing is, thank you, somebody said guilty conscience. The next thing now, the guilty conscience is not the one that is hurting me, that is making me to be surprised. The fact that the next thing is to give it to a lawyer. What? Family matter, beat your daughter. Not that you beat your daughter and she died or her hand is broken or something. When God wants to push somebody to the public, listen to me, deal with what is dealing with you now, before your work or your works or your life or your destiny becomes a thing of public. Continue.
Tell my niece, I don't know why it's sending CCTV footage to you. So he came downstairs, went straight to this child's room, and said, oh, my dear, my wife is an animal. My wife is an animal. Why did she beat you like this? You know, trying to, later was when we realized that he thought I had known. So he was trying to play the game with himself, playing on the child's psyche. Oh, my wife is an animal. I thought, why would she beat you like this? If she were in England, it would have arrested and blah, blah. The child was trying to explain that I was rude to Mommy. He said, no. So he now called my little children to come and apologize to my niece on my...
You can see the drama. When you begin to see drama like that, we are dealing with a staunch addict here. Actually, today I heard that in his hospital, he has a camera when he's doing cervical tests and all of that for women. He has a camera in his in his hospital, that he goes back to watch people's, I don't know, he's on social media. What I'm saying is not something that I picked or personal discussion. This is everywhere on social media.
So that was when the little children were like, Daddy, no, our sister was good to mommy.
Right.
That's why she spanked her, you know.
So because of time, because of time, Remy, let us know, how did you now find out? Because of time.
Okay. So that I'm getting there. So I went to him. I said, this is not normal. Why are you doing this? Why are you scolding, trying to rubbish me in front of this child? So he said I should get out. And I said to you, well, I don't know what is biting. I said to him, I don't know what is biting you, but whatever is biting you, God will expose you. The next minute he said to me, what can you say? The what you can say is that I'm sleeping with her. Yes, I'm sleeping with her. What can you do about it?
Hey, he was the one that brought it up. Imagine, addiction is affliction. He was the one that brought it and said, hey, you think I'm sleeping? Yes, I'm sleeping with her. What are you going to do? I'm sure that man is not only an addict, he's a narcissist. He must be a narcissist. That's why now when a man is confronted with this magnitude of trouble that is like an abomination, you are confronted, or you assume somebody had known, you shouldn't. He is a narcissist that will tell you, do your worst, whatever it is. I'm not doing this. I'm okay. I'm fine. I will do what I want to do. I will live my life. You can't stop me. Honestly, personality disorder is somewhere hanging. Let's continue. Very interesting. This man is a narcissist. I'm not concluding. I've not do personality assessment test professionally. I'm not concluding. But the way it is being played, there's a level of problem somewhere.
Oh. He said that to me face to face. Within a split second, I said, well, don't shout. This is an essence. Don't let other people hear what you're saying, because this is clearly not normal. Before I could say Jacobian things, he told my niece to pack her things, that he is taking her out of the house. So he took my niece out of the house himself. Of course, he took her out of the house so that he could probably threaten her the more, to say, don't say anything. So, unfortunately for him, maybe it was one thing where he's taking the child to. He took the child to my mom's sister. So when they got to my mom's sister was like, this is not normal. So by the time he left, she talked to the child, and the child eventually told her all that has been going on for the past 18 months.
All right, let me get a few more.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. Wow. Not on my watch. That's the beat I'll be able to share tonight. But listen to me profoundly. When it is addiction, it's a serious matter. And until denial stops, nothing changes. When you keep denying the fact that you have a problem, that problem can never be solved. And that is why I respect people that have a struggle and they cry their heart out. They resist that temptation to the blood. That's what the Bible says. That will do everything to make sure that this thing does not kill them. Because what you don't kill will kill you at the end of the day. What you don't handle will handle you at the end of the day. Every addict is living on a borrowed time. For this to happen to a medical doctor who has built his career to a place of prominence, it means that no matter who you are, no matter the level you get to, my prayer for you is that you should quickly run for help and seek professional help and get yourself free from addiction than staying there and telling yourself nothing is wrong. everything is fine, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm good. You are not good. You are living on a borrowed time. It will blow on your face. It will explode on your face. It will jeopardize your career, truncate your beautiful future. Do you know that this case is going to be very, very messy? Even if at the end of the day, you know, they called the police, there was a session of interview when the policeman had to say that the case is complex because it's been 18 months, they reported in November, blah, 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 blah. Even if your name that you have used your life to build, what is going to happen to it? Can you remove those? Can you remove this off the social platform? Can you remove it from your books, your life? If you are hearing me today, please seek help. Help is always available. You are hearing me now. You are living a life that you know that your conscience is telling you. Every addict, actually, they would have seared their conscience because they go through a circle when they are acting out. They go through a circle, shame and guilt. Like one of the persons here said, guilty conscience. Yes, they go through the circle of shame and guilt. So shame is I've done something wrong again. Guilt is something is wrong with me, and that guilty conscience was the one that made him to still want to cover up. He now took the child to the family. I thought he was going to go and put her in the hotel or something. The child, blood is born, blood is thicker than water. Do you think the child will not explain and tell the world or tell her auntie or grandma what has just happened to her or what has been happening to her for 18 months? Any question? I need to go. I need to leave here now. Any question? Any question? You can ask your question. You can put your question in question inbox. I discovered now that you can actually ask questions and put it on. Please, after this episode, try and share it with people. Let them know, because pedophiles are everywhere. Addicts are everywhere. Vampires are everywhere. Predators are everywhere. They are everywhere. There are children's schools. I was going to share one with you, maybe next week, of a child that the teacher will call out from the classroom. I have the text here on this my device. The teacher will call her from the class, go out there to sexually assault her, and bring her back to the classroom. And she couldn't tell anybody because her parents were not listening. They were not receptive. The formative years of a child is very important. Please tell your neighbor, tell yourself, it shouldn't be on your watch. It shouldn't happen on your watch. That is the reason why we have to keep shouting, keep talking, keep yelling, keep screaming about these things. You know why? Very soon, this generation that is coming, this sexual perverted generation that is coming, to get a good husband, to get a good wife, it's going to be a hard work. So even if you are raising your children comfortably, you are teaching them, you are showing them godliness, you are acting nice at home, what about the society? What about the world they will find themselves? What about peer pressure? What about relationship? What about association? You have to think about those things, and that will lead you to keep telling people around you about what is going on and create an awareness that we have vampires, we have predators, we have homosexuals, we have lesbians, we have people that are, predators. We have adults that can prey on a child's emotion. Then watch what your child watches on TV, please, because how they are introduced to sex is so sly, very sly. Once again, if there are no questions, I appreciate you for listening this evening. I don't know how many minutes I've spent, but this is weighing me down because that child needs therapy. Don't forget, this one has children for the man. Children, adult children of an addict get addicted to one thing or the other. That's not what I'm saying, because of what they are saying. Moreover, your own father. Maybe one of these days I'll talk about the healing of the father's wound or something about fathering. If your father is an addict, the demon of your father is looking for you. It will pursue you. It will want to overtake you and run you over. That's the challenge. But she does not even know. She's trying to protect her niece. What about her 2 children? That's a problem. That's why, listen to me. I've seen a short man succeed. I'll say this and close. I've seen a tall man succeed. I've seen a blind man succeed. I've seen a crippled man succeed. I've seen a man without limb, without legs successful. I've never seen a mad man succeed. If you are young and you are listening to me, you are not married, choose your head wisely. Because that man, that woman, that man is the father of your children. That woman is the mother of your children. It's a very, very tough place to be. A broken courtship is better than a broken destiny. If you have to kiss a goodbye, please do it now if you are not married. If you are married, please insist on counseling and therapy and heal of your pain of the past, heal of that rape, heal of that abuse, heal of those things that have messed your mind up growing up, so you won't transfer the baton to your children. You won't hand over the baton to your children. I appreciate you once again for being part of this evening. I came a little bit late. I apologize for that. The network went off again, but here we have been able to do at least something. And if you are really happy and you are blessed, let me see your wave, let me see your love, 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 love. If this program has made sense to you today, let me know. Thank you, thank you. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Well, let me see your love sign. Let me see your joy hands. Let me see your wave. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I appreciate you dearly. Thank you. I'm seeing your love signs. I'm seeing it. I'm happy. Thank you and God bless. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye-bye.